all been winners before in Indy, but their wins came here at IRP. Sensational competition with spectacular finishes at IRP in the Kroger 200 helped build the Hoosier stock car racing hysteria that will overflow at the Brickyard. But until tomorrow's crowd of 300,000 gathers a few miles from here, this will be the biggest crowd in Indiana history to watch a stock car race, and they will not go home disappointed. For NASCAR's future headliners like New Englander's Ricky Craven, Rookie of the Year Hermie Sadler, point leader David Green, ASA's Tim Fedowa, or returning veteran Elton Sawyer, a win tonight will launch them into the national spotlight. It's NASCAR's brightest young stars shining on the eve of stock car racing's biggest day ever. It's the NASCAR's Kroger 200 next. ESPN, the world's leader in motorsports coverage, is pleased to welcome you live to Claremont, Indiana, side of Indianapolis Raceway Park, and seen at tonight's NASCAR Busch Grand National Series Kroger 200. You are looking live at a sold-out record crowd at Indianapolis Raceway Park. The sign says it all, sold out. Take a look at the line of cars trying to file their way in here from high above Indianapolis Raceway Park. Tonight's attendance will approach 35,000, a brand new Indianapolis Raceway Park record. People have been over at the Speedway all day long. They're trying to get here as the flag has just been delivered here at the start-finish line from high above the Speedway. It is an Indianapolis Raceway Park tradition. Proud to be an American, they play as they deliver the American flag here as we get set for tonight's NASCAR Kroger 200. Let us now pay our respects here with our national anthem.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jerry Punch, and along with a record crowd at Indianapolis Raceway Park, we'd like to welcome you to exciting NASCAR Busch Grand National Series racing. For those of you who watch our Speedball coverage on a weekly basis, you know why the people are jamming their way in here, that the streets are backed up from downtown Indianapolis trying to get here to watch what may be, with some deference to their senior partners in Winston Cup, the most competitive circuit in all of NASCAR. There have been 14 different winners in 19 events thus far in 1994, including an incredible 2 wins by a rookie driver. 34-year-old Dennis Setzer has stood this Busch Series on its ear, winning 2 of the last 3. And our John Kernan is standing by with him. John?
Well, Jerry, if he hopes to make it 3 out of 4, he's got a little work ahead of him. Dennis starting 18th tonight outside of the 9th row. But Dennis, you grew up on the short track, so this is a short track here, a little more than a half mile. Does it remind you of any of the tracks you've raced on?
It's a little bit like South Boston, John. We got up pretty high there. You run right in the outside groove here, so I'm back on the learning process this week.
Now, 2 out of 3 wins, and 2 out of the last 3 you've won. You got Ricky Pearson, experienced crew chief. You've got an experienced team. How much of a help has that been to a rookie driver?
Oh, this Alliance Tractor Trailer Training Centers team, they've done just an awful great job. They've supplied me the very best possible car everywhere we went, so it makes learning a lot easier if you know you've got a good car.
All right, good luck tonight, Dennis. Now, the gentleman who's starting at the front of the field is standing by with our Gary Lee.
Well, thanks, John. Hi, everybody. For the 7th time this season, David Green, the points leader, is starting from the pole position. He's won once with some consistent finishes. Now, David, you really have an agenda for winning as many poles as you can.
That's true. You know, the Slim Jim Chevrolet's run awful good at every racetrack. These Goodyear tires have been great. We've been setting poles and track records everywhere, and we're really excited.
The Busch has a special incentive for you to win poles.
Yeah, we're looking forward to going to that Busch Clash. We get an invite for whoever wins the most, and looking good right now, but we want to get in victory lane, and hopefully tonight at IRP will be our second one of the year.
So at this point in the season, halfway through, a slim lead over Hermie Sadler, you're not going for points, you're going for the win.
Oh, yeah, we're looking for that victory lane, and the Slim Jim crew deserves it, and hopefully we can get there tonight. 2
goals this weekend. He's accomplished one. Jerry, he's going after the other one.
Thank you very much, Gary. How appropriate the point leader starts at the point of this 34-car field. We are now joined by another familiar face, former 2-time NASCAR champion, our expert analyst, Ned Jarrett. And, Ned, these cars have been coming here now for 13 years, starting back in 1982, but they have never seen this particular racetrack.
No, really, it's a whole new situation for them, Jerry. First of all, they've added 10,000 new seats here, so that's going to be a little bit different for them as they come around the turns here at IRP. And the pit road is totally new. Remember in the past when many of the cars had to pit behind the regular pit road, and it could cost you a lot of extra time. Remember last year, Ernie Irvin was pitting back there. Cost him a lot of extra time and then a chance to win the race. And 2, they put a sealer on the asphalt here at the Indianapolis Raceway Park. Made it pretty slippery, and also the groove has moved. In the past, they always ran right up next to the wall. Well, now they say they can't do that. If they do, they'll get into the wall. So I think they're going to be in for a real challenge, but some very exciting racing.
Exciting racing. We'll have it for you when we come back with the starting lineup and the green flag. Back with more from Indianapolis Raceway Park after this.
I want this motorcycle. I gotta have this motorcycle. My life is nothing without this motorcycle.
Suzuki's can't beat the deal days. Get 0 down and 9.9% financing on a Katana 750, Intruder 800, or RF 900R. Can't beat the deal days from Suzuki.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
This is a bucket of water, and this is the new Goodyear Eagle Aqua Tread for performance cars. A wide performance tire with twin aqua channels to sweep water away for outstanding wet traction. New Eagle Aqua Tread, only from Goodyear.
Come on along and head for the mountains of Busch Clear. Head for the mountains, it's cold and it's smooth and it's waiting for you. Come on, head for the mountains of Busch Clear.
There's one thing that a racing engine and a street engine have in common. You want them both to last.
Haviland Formula 3 from Texaco.
To build a race engine that holds up, you have to use the best of everything, and Haviland does that job.
No other leading motor oil offers more complete protection to help your car run better, last longer. Good enough for Robert Yates.
Well, how hard do you want me to push it today? Whatever it takes to win.
Haviland Formula 3. Why add just any motor oil? Add more life to your car.
You want to be champions? Then play like champions. You got to be relentless. You got to be clever. You've got speed. Use it.
One car company has won more races in the history of NASCAR.
Winning isn't everything. It's the only thing.
Genuine Chevrolet.
Tonight's Speed World coverage of the NASCAR Busch Grand National Kroger 200 is being brought to you by Chevrolet. One car company has won more races in the history of NASCAR, Genuine Chevrolet. By Haviland Formula 3 Motor Oil. Add more life to your car. And by smooth Busch beer and easy drinking Busch Light. Busch, the official beer of NASCAR. We welcome you back to Indianapolis Raceway Park in the Kroger NASCAR 200. Getting set for an exciting 200 lap event here tonight. The purse, $154,825. It is stop number 20 on the 28 race, $6.5 million tour. And Ned, what a field we have on hand.
Oh, it's a great field of cars, and as usual on a short track, qualifying very close here. Of course, some had to go home, but it should be, those back in the field have a good chance to win this race. They're running fast enough if they can just get up towards the front.
And they line them up along the front straightaway. There's David Green. You see he's the pole sitter for the 7th time. You heard Gary Lee a moment ago speak with the pole sitter and our current point leader as he is sitting there alongside Kenny Wallace. And as they get the signal to roll out, 34 cars will start. We'll take a look at our Suzuki starting lineup here tonight at Indianapolis Raceway Park. There is David Green driving the car number 44. Alongside him, still winless in 1994, Kenny Wallace in the car number 8. Back in row 2, Hermie Sadler, the 1993 Rookie of the Year for NASCAR Busch Series competition, and Ricky Craven, always strong on the short tracks. Starting in 5th spot, Mike Wallace over at Indianapolis Motor Speedway didn't qualify for the Brickyard race, would like to make up for that effort tonight. And Robert Presley also came up short at the Brickyard in the car number 99. Back to row 4, Larry Pearson, a 2-time national champion for the NASCAR Busch Series, and Robbie Reiser, good qualifying effort for the young man in the car number 17. Take a look at the rest of the field back in row 5. Last year's winner, Tracy Leslie. Alongside him, former ASA Rookie of the Year, Tim Fedua. Johnny Benson, the defending ASA Series champion, and from the All-Pro Series, Mike Garvey in row 6. Back in row 7, former NASCAR Modified champion and a 2-time winner here in Modified Open Wheel competition, Mike McLaughlin. Beside him, Jason Keller making his first start. Elton Sawyer, who won earlier this year at Myrtle Beach, and Bobby Donner, son of 3-time ARCA champion Bob Donner. There's Harry Gant, making his final appearance at Indiana as a driver. He will start the Brickyard race tomorrow. He starts inside row 9 tonight. And the young man we talked about, Dennis Setzer, starts alongside Gant in the car number 59. Mike Skinner and Johnny Rumley in row 10. Back in row 11, Doug Hebron coming off a great run a week ago at Hickory Speedway. Talking about Hickory, that's the home of Tommy Houston. He has started all 13 of the events here at Indianapolis Raceway Park. He's the only driver to do so. John Nemechek. The Nemechek name sounds familiar. Well, it should be. He is the younger brother of Joe Nemechek, former series champion, making his first Busch Series start tonight. And Randy LaJoie in the car number 20, starting outside of row 12. Chad Chafin and Jimmy Kitchen starting in row 13. Phil Parsons, who won at Charlotte, back in row 14, along with Dirk Stevens, former Northwest Tour champion. Stevie Reeves and Rodney Combs. Roy Payne, former ARCA Rookie of the Year. Kevin LePage back in row 16. And row 17 is Chad Little and Jim Bound.
And Jerry, there are 3 drivers who have had to go to the back: Harry Gant, Mike Wallace, and Randy LaJoie, because someone else qualified those cars, so they have to start in the rear here tonight. By the way, this is Harry Gant's first start at IRP in Busch Grand National. His only other start here was in the Fast Masters race.
And we've got some in-car cameras. There is Stevie Reeves in the car number 96, the CarQuest car. And Phil Parsons, you're seeing an in-car camera there from atop. It's actually a roof cam from atop the Phil Parsons machine. And Mike Garvey, car number 0. Taking a look from the roof of the Mike Garvey car. And here is Roy Payne in the Motorsports Designs car. That car certainly shows up pretty well under the cameras. John McKenzie, who owns Motorsports Designs, they make the decals for these cars, Ned, and one of the sponsors on the side of Roy Payne's car, making an unscheduled stop here before the green flag.
And the green flag is about to come out. He'll try to catch up to the field, but yes, those are very bright numbers. We'll be seeing those tonight, running under the lights here at IRP. The green flag ready to wave.
Carl Simmons waves the green flag, and they head for turn 1. Glad to have you with us. Gary Lee, John Kernan, Ned Jarrett, and yours truly, Jerry Punch, bringing you live Busch Grand National action and trouble out of turn 2. Ricky Craven.
Oh, there they're 3 abreast going into turn 3, and Craven backs off. He knows that's not the place to be. He got in trouble by being on the outside going into turn 1. That could have been a major wreck. They're going over the tread cam.
Coming right at you. Qualifying speeds.
Oh, and trouble down here on the inside. Looks like Tim Fedua has spun down to the inside, Jerry.
believe that is Jim Bell.
Okay, you're right, Jim Bound.
Jim Bell out of Portland, Oregon, in the Lysol Chevrolet, had taken a provisional starting spot. He elected to requalify, and he brings out the first caution flag of the night. Now, Jim Bound started on the front row. We could go at Hickory Speedway, but starts on the very back row tonight. Here's what happened a moment ago.
Okay, look at the top of your screen. Another car got into the back of Jim Bound, into the inside wall. He goes. That looked like Randy LaJoy. That maybe they tangled a little bit coming off of turn 4, and you can see a lot of damage to the Lysol car of Jim Bound.
I think they tangled quite a bit out of turn 4, and guarantee you someone's going to have to call the sign painter again. Oh, they just pick it back up.
Yeah.
He knocked the sign off the concrete wall there, and they will get the wrecker out to it. Fortunately, Jim Bound looks to be okay, but the car heavily damaged, the car of Hubert and Jeff Hensley. Early laps here at Indianapolis Raceway Park. We have caution for the first time tonight. Back with more Busch Series racing after this.
We've won more races in the history of Trans Am. We've won more races in the history of NASCAR. Fact is, we've won more races over the last 30 years than any other automotive company. Have a nice day.
The electronic control module for ABS waits all its working life for moments like this. Anti-lock brake control, another little black box from Delco Electronics.
You'd have to live in a cave not to realize the significance of football. Ooh! He steps up to the plate. Oh, no! It's a pea right up the alley. Go long, baby, go long. We got a full plate cooking. What's this? It's a left to the face and a right to the jaw. 2 seconds left. Just inches to go. He drives the lane, leaps it in, and he could fly ball the way. Touchdown! The NFL on ESPN. Yeehaw!
Just a gorgeous night in central Indiana here at Indianapolis Raceway Park as we're in the early laps of the Kroger NASCAR 200. We were here last night and it wasn't quite so pretty. True Value Silver Crown Series cars tried to run early in the evening on ESPN, but the weather wouldn't cooperate. Well, we had to wait and wait and wait. And yes, we got the race in last night, but you will see it in its entirety Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Tremendous show. P.J. Jones, who had come from an IndyCar test, on the pole, and you don't want to miss that show come Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock. And there's Randy LaJoy, who was involved quite a bit with a car early on. Jim Bound here to produce the first caution flag, Ned.
He has been into the pits, Randy LaJoy has, and Bob Johnson and the rest of the Phoenix Loop crew looked over the car, pulled the right front fender out. They were concerned that it might be rubbing a tire, so he appears to be okay. The signal is for one more lap, and we'll be back to green flag racing.
They have taken Jim Bound's car behind the wall. Heavy damage on his Chevrolet. He was 15th in the point standings, trying to get up toward the top 10. Let's check in the pits with Gary Lee.
Well, the crew surveilling the damage. We can see a very unhappy driver in the cockpit. What did happen, Jim?
Well, they're all bunched up at the start. Randy got into me, and he just didn't choose to let go, I guess. I don't know what he was thinking, but the Lysol Chevrolet ran good in practice. We were looking forward to a good race. It's the shortest race I've ever ran, and I'm real disappointed.
You're going to climb out and try to get back in the race?
Well, they said it looks pretty grim. I'm going to climb out, but it doesn't look good.
Let's go back to green flag racing.
As you said, Gary, the green waves from Carl Simmons and Kenny Wallace leads David Green and Hermie Sadler back into turn 1. This afternoon, late in the afternoon, about a one-group racetrack, and you heard Ned Jarrett mention that a lot of smoke comes out of one car. That is Roy Payne's car, Ned. It apparently has an engine problem.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of smoke coming from that car. He had made, caution is out. He had made that pit stop just before the race started, but that was for a belt adjustment. Had it nothing to do with the engine, but it looks like he does have either a filter or an oil line, or the engine has let go on his car.
Well, a tough break for the former ARCA Rookie of the Year, and there he brings the car down pit road. Young man from Alvin, Texas, 26 years of age, in a Chevrolet Lumina, hoping to be able to make his career very successful in ARCA competition for a number of years. Ran very well. There's a look at the young man, Roy Payne. As I said, won the ARCA Rookie of the Year competition, moved in the Busch Grand National Series, just quite hasn't been able to catch on, having just the kind of luck he has tonight here at Indianapolis Raceway Park.
He has run well, but has had a lot of tough luck, and like most young, aspiring race drivers, his ultimate goal is NASCAR Winston Cup racing.
Sellout crowd here at Indianapolis Raceway Park. We mentioned the crowd would probably approach 35,000, which would be the largest crowd ever to see a racing event here at this 5/8 mile facility. Back with more after this. Stay with us.
With a fiery horse and a hearty hi-ho king, it's the Lone Ranger.
Hey, what is this, a holdup? Of course not. There's never a holdup at Used Car King. You know, even people with no credit get a straight shooting deal. Used Car King is the place to come, and I'm here to back up those deals.
Hi-ho, King, away! Stay tuned for the continuing episodes of the Lone Ranger, brought to you by the Used Car King.
It's not the instrument, it's who's playing it. It's not the club, it's who swings it. It's not just the phone, it's the people who make it ring. It's the people who are always there for you. It's the people at GTE MobileNet. More than cellular phones, cellular service. Please let us know how we can serve you.
Do it with an empty hockey arena. Roller Hockey International.
Monday at 7, the San Jose Rhinos play the Los Angeles Blades.
All the action, cold ice.
Those beautiful aerial shots a moment ago brought to you by the Family Channel blimp, which is currently in the area as a part of its 1994 Accentuate the Positive Airship Tour. A cross-country journey incorporating flybys at major fairs, festivals, and sporting events all across the nation. Beautiful shots from high above Indianapolis Raceway Park. They added 10,000 more grandstands, sold them out promptly. Packed house. Kevin LePage, the Vermont Teddy Bear car, having trouble early on. He is on pit road for an unscheduled stop, and they are beneath the hood.
Yes, several unscheduled pit stops here early in the race, Jerry. They don't seem to be able to find the problem under there. They pushed the Roy Payne car behind the pit wall, so apparently he is out of it. They put the hood back down on the Teddy Bear car, Kevin LePage.
Chevrolet Lumina for the young man, 32 years of age, from Shelburne, Vermont. There's Roy Payne, who brought out the second caution flag of the night.
Kevin LePage has already lost one lap. He goes out now, though he'll beat the caution car out this time, so he will only be one lap down.
And we'll see if Carl Simmons will give him the signal. And yes, he does. Green next time by. So safety car will lead him down. Kenny Wallace, incredibly looking for his first win, still looking for the first win in 1994. Almost got it a week ago at Hickory Speedway. We talked about young rookie Dennis Setzer, who dominated the race, had to come back and pass Kenny Wallace with 2 laps to go and hold on at his home track for the victory. Let's check into pits quickly with John Kernan. John?
Well, Roy Payne has pulled his car behind the wall. Roy, did the engine blow?
Yeah, the engine blew. It felt, the way it vibrated, it felt like it either broke a crank or broke a rod. It's really a shame. Motorsports Designs came on and helped us with this race with some new reflective decals. We really wanted to give them a good show on them, but it just wasn't in the cars tonight.
Tell you, this year it seems like you've had more than your fair share of bad luck.
Well, I tell you, if I can ever get this monkey off my back, we might do something.
All right, that's Roy Payne. He's out of it for now.
Tough night for the young man from Alvin, Texas. Safety car has pulled in on that new pit road out of turn 3 we talked about with some of the tremendous improvements. And Carl Simmons break out the Bengay. He waves it again. Green flag for the 3rd time in 13 laps. And hopefully Kenny Wallace, they can go single file for a while through turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, they were pretty well single file, excepting back near the pack, a couple of cars trying to dice it up back there and make a pass or so. I think we'll see most of the front runners run single file unless someone gets in trouble in front of them. They'll sort of feel this racetrack out, feel each other out for a while, Jerry, because as we said early, it might be a little difficult to pass until they get a new, wider groove worked into this track with the sealer that was put on it.
Great shot from that tread cam as they run directly over the camera down in turn 1. Dicing it up back in the pack. That's Mike Wallace, the FTP brakes car you see sneaking a pick out to the inside.
He's trying to pass the Chad Little car. Remember, Mike Wallace had to go to the rear as a result of not qualifying his car. He was over at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway attempting to get into the Brickyard 400.
Back up front, 3 cars pulling away, and now David Green begins to put a little pressure on Kenny Wallace.
Page was into the pits under that last caution. We're not sure if they got the problem fixed. The engine had developed a miss. They thought it was a bad spark plug. They brought him in, they checked that out, and as he came by last time, it does sound like the engine is running up to full saw. Now let's go down pit road to Gary Lee.
Bob Johnson is the crew chief for Ronnie LaJoy. There was some concern you might have an alignment problem. Is the car okay?
No, we seem to be all right. We just checked it after they got together. Jim down. Come in and check it. We seem to be okay.
Just some sheet metal damage, but apparently they're okay for competition.
Well, Randy LaJoy, certainly, you see him back on the inside trying to make a move inside of a couple cars. That's Phil Parsons he's trying to go by. Randy, just one of the drivers over at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, trying to qualify earlier in the day. Didn't have any luck either getting himself a starting spot at the Brickyard 400, but has had a good year thus far in Busch Series competition. Behind them in that car number 7, that's the lime green Mannheim Auctions car. That's Harry Gant. And now you see LaJoy make a move down to the inside, and he'll take the spot away.
Phil Parsons didn't resist him too much there. He realized that Randy was a little bit faster than he, and he didn't want to take any chances. Now Harry Gant trying to make the move. He gets on the inside of Phil Parsons, makes the pass as well.
Harry Gant with 21 career Busch Series victories, has never raced here. Incredibly, Indianapolis Raceway Park. Here's a good battle. Johnny Benson Jr. in the car number 74 as they zip across that tread cam, coming right at you. There's Benson trying to make a move inside of Robert Presley in the car number 99. Right behind him, the third car in your picture to the right, that is Ricky Craven in the DuPont Chevrolet.
Of course, Craven started up in 4th place, but he really got shuffled around on the first lap, and he was fortunate that he didn't get into the wall. He and several other drivers did some good driving to not cause a major wreck in the first lap. Now Larry Pearson has caught that, made it a foursome, and David Green still trying to get around Kenny Wallace. Those 3 cars up front had pulled away. Of course, Kenny Wallace still leads. David Green is 2nd. Hermie Sadler is 3rd, and Larry Pearson has caught them to make it a foursome up front.
David Green, a runner-up here a year ago to Tracy Leslie. We are told the car he is driving, the car number 44, which is owned by Bobby Labonte, was the same car Bobby used to win with here back in 1991. Just can't quite get the bite off of turn 2, Dan.
Well, they said it was going to be very difficult to pass because of if you get out of the groove just a little bit. Ooh, here's a crash down in over in turn 2. Caution is out.
Heavy impact for John Nemechek. We told you the young man was the younger brother of Joe Nemechek, making his first Busch start. Well, John got a nice little introduction to the concrete over in turn 2, but doesn't appear to be damaged that heavily. Mick Kangas, the crew chief that helped Joe Nemechek go to a Busch Series championship. Let's see if we can see exactly what might have happened over there.
Well, there were several cars running very close together, as they are almost all the way around the racetrack, and apparently somebody got into the back end of John Nemechek. spun him sideways. Another car came along and maybe clipped the front end. Another one goes on the outside. Another one goes on the inside. I tell you, he was sitting right there in the center of the groove, Jerry. He was fortunate he didn't get hit harder than he did.
Well, he brings out the caution flag for the third time today. And we are told that we may see a consultation flag from NASCAR for the car number 9 of Mike Wallace. EFTB brakes. Chevrolet, the Barry Owen-owned machine, under caution. And yes, there they are, waving the black flag for Mike Wallace. Under caution for the third time tonight at Indianapolis Raceway Park due to a spin up in turn 2. Young rookie driver John Nemechek out of Lakeland, Florida, looped that new metal fabricator Chevrolet around, but is back on the racetrack. Back with more exciting Busch Series racing action after this.
I bought my car new in 1970. I drove a hockey team a 190-mile round trip 3 times a week.
Haviland Formula 3 from Texaco.
I took good care of it. And when I reached 300,000, I thought, I've got me a pretty good car.
No other leading motor oil offers more complete protection to help your car run better, last longer.
At 600,000, I thought, maybe it could be the Haviland.
Haviland Formula 3. Why add just any motor oil? Add more life to your car.
If the beautifully rounded lines of the all-new Monte Carlo seem somehow familiar, they should. After all, we borrowed them from you. The all-new 1995 Monte Carlo, inspired by and built around you, the driver. It's your own personal space, designed from the inside out for a very personal fit. The all-new 1995 Monte Carlo, genuine Chevrolet.
The decisive electronics that control this airbag are still alert and waiting for what might be around the next corner. Airbag control, another little black box from Delco Electronics.
We have just gone green back at Indianapolis Raceway Park, and our fourth-place competitor, Larry Pearson's car, has not come up to speed, and apparently we are told he has a gear problem or a transmission problem. Former winner here, 1987 Kroger NASCAR champion and a 2-time Busch Series champion. You see with his right hand there working that gear shift, Ned, it's a tough break on the restart.
It really is, Jerry. We have mentioned earlier that he moved up there on the front threesome that was battling for the lead, and just on the restart it simply wouldn't go. So something wrong with the transmission now. He appears to maybe have it going and is headed back out onto he's going behind the wall. So tough break for Larry Pearson.
Let's check in with John Kernan.
On that restart, he couldn't get the car to shift into third gear. He's got first and second, but that's the only gearing that he has right now. So he's pulling behind the wall. The crew is ready to go to work underneath to check and see if maybe some of the linkage has been bent. But hopefully for them, the leaders are going side by side. Jerry, back up to you. We'll check with Larry in just a moment.
Well, a moment ago, David Green was trying to get to the inside of Kenny Wallace out of turn 2. Couldn't quite do it. Wallace has a lot of horsepower on the straightaways.
And Green just simply cannot get the traction. He can get a fender alongside him, Jerry, but he can't get the traction off the turn. I think his car is a good bit faster right now if he could get around Kenny Wallace. But Kenny Wallace is doing a good job of using up the one groove that's on this racetrack right now.
Kenny Wallace is second in laps led in the Busch Series this year with 501 laps having led coming into this event. Only Mark Martin has led more laps. Tonight's race, the 9th different event that Kenny Wallace has led. And inside with Stevie Reeves, you're riding along with Stevie Reeves with the in-car camera. We'll spin around and show you what he's looking at right in front of him. That's Tim Fedua, the Mondo Ford Thunderbird. He zips by Tim and says, see you, Tim. Nice little move by Stevie on the inside there. Action fast and furious.
Well, there's some passing going on. Mike Garvey being passed by Johnny Rumley, and now Tommy Houston going by with his new colors, the Red Devil enamel colors on his car.
That's Mike Garvey's in-car camera. You see Rodney Combs making a pass on his French's sponsored Pontiac. There's Garvey's look at Rodney Combs as he's gone by. Take the spot away. David Green trying to make an effort out of turn 4. Still can't do it, as you see Green and Sadler right behind Kenny Wallace. And now the fourth car to move in is last year's winner here at Indianapolis Raceway Park, and that's Tracy Leslie in the car number 72.
Yeah, he's watching all that action that's going on up in front of him. Jerry, we have a report that he was transmission problems on Larry Pearson's car, and his spare transmission's outside the racetrack. They don't have it in here. That's where they park the trucks, outside of the racetrack, so they don't have a transmission to put in.
Ryan Pemberton, the new crew chief there for Larry Pearson after having left the Sapco team. Now here's Dennis Setzer. We talked about him at the top of the show. Very patient young man, extremely patient. Driving the car inside. He's in 14th position, going by Bobby Donner in the car number 08.
And Johnny Rumley comes by in car number 41, and David Green still trying everything he knows to try to get around Kenny Wallace. Kenny's still doing a good job of protecting the crew.
Spoke to Kenny Wallace and Gil Martin, their crew chiefs. They said they came here about 2 weeks ago, Dad, and ran 6 or 7 laps off the truck under the track record and said, we're going to load up and go home. We don't need to test anymore. So obviously, whatever they found in their test is working tonight.
It sure is. Let's go to the pits of Gary Lee.
Well, I have to believe that David Green may be talking to himself after that initial start. It was not a very good start. He knew the track was very narrow. He wanted to get out in front because he said it's very difficult to pass here. Ned, you alluded to the fact that he may have a faster car right now than Wallace, but he simply can't get by. That's the problem. If he can't get by, you may see him pull away.
I think you're right, Gary. I believe he could, but he just can't make that pass. Here he is once again. He tried to get that right front fender under it. David Green is one of the cleanest race drivers that you'll see in professional auto racing. He'll race you hard, but he'll also race you very, very clean.
We mentioned he is the current Busch Series point leader. 109 points separate him in the standings from the car that's right behind him, Hermie Sadler. He's not concerned about Sadler right now. He's concerned about the car in front of him. TIC Financial Ford, Nomar Tassione car of Kenny Wallace.
Jerry, you see there's 6 cars in that lead pack right now. I think Kenny, his car maybe not working as well as he would like for it to, is holding up the whole group.
Trying to get a little bit of an edge off the inside. Most of the afternoon, and the drivers were commenting on the fact that it was a one-groove racetrack for a while, that the sealer had helped the track in some degrees, but it made it slippery as far as trying to get a bite off the corner.
Yeah, they figured after they'd run a while that they would get another groove worked into it. That is typical when a sealer is put on a racetrack. It just takes a lot of laps before you get a second groove worked into it. They felt that would happen as time went by.
Jason Keller making his first start in the car number 57 at Indianapolis Raceway Park. That is the Budget Gourmet Chevrolet. Behind him, car number 17, Robbie Reiser from Allentown, Wisconsin, in a Chevrolet. Mike Skinner in the car number 88, the KFC machine. Boy, Skinner had a great race at Hickory last week. Looked to be the car to beat early on and had an engine problem. Now we're going to play battling in-car cameras. Stevie Reeves, the Clabber Girl car in the back, and Mike Garvey. Taking a look back out of Mike Garvey's car at the Clabber Girl machine of Stevie Reeves. And we'll see what Stevie's looking at as he looks at Mike Garvey in front of him as these two cars battle. There's a shot of the 96 car, and right behind him is Mike Wallace.
The 41 car of Johnny Rumley has slowed down considerably going into turn 1. He was one of those cars that was coming up through the pack, but the car off the pace right now.
Tough break for Johnny Rumley, former Winston Racing Series competitor who won at Hickory a year ago. Impressive upset victory on the short tracks.
The leaders have caught some traffic. Moving up on the outside. They have already put the car of Phil Parsons down 1 lap.
They move by Chad Chapin in the Wayne Day car, 31W insulation machine. There's Herbie Sadler in third spot. Tracy Leslie. Ron Parker on car, Detroit gasket machine. He is fourth. Let's check in with Gary Lee, who's standing by near the Johnny Rumley car. Gary?
Well, they're changing the right side tires. Under Green topped off the fuel, and he is back underway.
Apparently a flat tire, a costly pit stop for Johnny Rumley.
And if you wonder why they're moving slowly down, the speed limit applies in Busch Series competition as well as in Winston Cup, and the speed limit tonight, 35 miles per hour. Must seem like an eternity dead for those drivers as they have to putter down pit road, and you watch a tremendous battle up front.
David Green got almost up beside of Kenny Wallace that time. Thought he might have him, but just, again, could not get the traction he needed. Here's Mike Wallace still trying to come back up through the pack after having been black flagged, went into the pits. He moves on the inside of Mike Garvey, and he'll make the pass.
Back up front once again. David Green has got part of a bumper, part of a fender, maybe even the right front tire, but that's about as far as he can go.
But just look how close he comes, Jerry. But I don't think he has touched it yet. Amazing that they run this by yes. Well, I don't see how you can help but do it a little bit. Now he gets up along there, but see, he can't get the traction down there. He gets back in the gas, but it just simply will not get a bite.
And a look down from the Family Channel blimp. It'll show you a little bit of an idea of what David Green is up against. A single groove. He tries to cut the car in the corners to the inside. The car begins to slip. As it slips, there's Kenny Wallace pulling away.
David's car seems to be working maybe a half a car width lower than the car of Kenny Wallace, Jerry, but still, when he gets a full car width down there, then the left wheels just simply will not get traction.
Well, just talking with Kenny's crew chief, he says the car has gotten just a little bit loose in the middle of the turn. Kenny's having a hard time driving it, but David Green told me there's only one group around this racetrack. He's going to have a hard time getting around Kenny Wallace because Kenny is going to protect that position.
There's no doubt about that, John, and Kenny has done a great job of protecting the position, even though you can tell his car is a little bit loose, especially when he comes off the turns. Not getting the bite that he would like to get, but it's good enough to keep him out front.
Well, they're beginning to move in on some more lap traffic. That's Johnny Rumley's car that had the flat tire a moment ago as they move in on heavy lap traffic. Single file up front. Kenny Wallace holding off David Green out of turn 2 in the early laps at Indianapolis Raceway Park. NASCAR Busch Series competition at its finest. Back in a moment.
Tom Steiner's Bradenton, Florida. World's cheapest. How about this 88 Cadillac for $6,900? Will that blow you away? How about this 89 Chevrolet Camaro T-tops loaded up for $7,900? Rusty, what do we got? 90 Olds Cutlass, one owner, 18,000 miles. Many local one-owner cars. Where? Tom Steiner's. How about this gorgeous Lincoln Continental for $7,900? Anywhere's in town, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000. Number one.
The legendary Trane Clima-Tough compressor, stout heart of Trane air conditioners. Engineers have been pushing a Trane compressor to its limits, trying to make it fail. They've been trying for over 20 years. Designed, tested, and manufactured to last. It's hard to stop a Trane.
In addition to this rebate from Desir Central Air and the Trane Company, you can also qualify for rebates of up to $800 from SP&L. Call Desir Central Air for more information.
And what have you learned? Dottie Mockery's Secret of the Green, Patty Sheehan's Path Out of the Trap, Meg Mallon's Answer to the Blue, Beth Daniels' Way Through the Chasm, and the Labyrinth of Your Mind. Remember, we all want the lesson. That's why we watch the McCall's LPGA Classic. Let ESPN show us the way. The McCall's LPGA Classic, tomorrow at 3:30 Eastern.
Back at Indianapolis Raceway Park. Heavy traffic right in front of the leaders.
And those drivers are really dicing it up. This is going to be interesting as they go through some of this heavy traffic. They've been battling side by side themselves. They're coming up on Tim Fedewa and the car number 17. Is that Reeser?
That's 15, Dirk Stevens in front of him in the black car, the former Northwest Tour champion. This could be the break that David Green needs as the heavy traffic. Well, nope. Kenny Wallace able to get out of some of that traffic and pull away. Still 24 cars on the lead lap as they work their way through that traffic. Let's check in the pits with Gary Lee. Gary?
Well, Johnny Rumley is back in the 41 White House car. He brushed the wall in turn 2. He came in earlier under Green, changed the right side tires, but he's complaining that he knocked the toe in off. So they have to swing out. They're taking measurements right now and trying to find out what they can do to get him back on the racetrack.
Well, David Green thought he had it there, but they ran up on the car number 15, and he had to back off. I believe he had it past that time, Jerry, but he couldn't quite do it as to go around the Mike Garvey car, the Zero car. And now, Tracy Leslie, a few laps ago, he got around the third-place car of Hermie Sadler and has moved right up on the back bumper of the leaders.
I tell you, there's a little bit of smoke out of Leslie's car, though, as he comes through the corner. That's the man who won here a year ago. Outstanding effort. It was Tracy Leslie winning and David Green finishing second. Just a reversal of the way they're running on the racetrack right now in second and third behind Kenny Wallace.
And Tracy Leslie's car seems to be really hooked up, too. I don't know what that smoke is all about, Jerry. We'll keep an eye on that. You can see it there as he comes off of turn 2. Not affecting the speed of the car, but nevertheless, I'm sure the NASCAR officials will keep a close eye on it, too. There you see it a little bit over on the right side. It's almost as if it was maybe a tire rubbing over there.
Well, he may have burned much of the rubber off. We might mention there is a tire rule tonight. You get one left side set and two right side set. That's all NASCAR allows for tire changing out. Here's a pretty good battle on the racetrack. Stevie Reeves. Doug Hebron in the car number 75. And here are the leaders moving in on that group. Still single file. Kenny Wallace, Green, car length and a half back to Tracy Leslie. Now they pulled away about a straightaway as Green will try it once again.
It's not going to work.
Not going to happen.
No. Just simply can't make it happen.
Well, we told you that Leslie was smoking. Tracy Leslie, that is. Let's check in and see what the problem is with John Kerner.
Just talking with the crew, and what they think is he may have gotten to get somebody whenever they got into that heavy traffic and it hit the right rear fender on the tire. They don't think it's going to be a problem, but they would like to see a caution in the next few laps so they can come in and pull that fender off the tire.
Yeah, John, that's not a good situation. As we said, it's not affecting his speed out on the racetrack, but those tires, the sidewalls, there's not much rubber on the sidewalls at all, and if it's rubbing, it doesn't take long to do some damage there. So we'll keep an eye on it and hope that it does not present a major problem for him, and the caution is coming out for him.
Whoa, a major crash up in turn 4, 3, and 4, and that does involve the leaders. Kenny Wallace, he got through. I'm not sure how he got through, but
David Green and Tracy Leslie got through. Kenny Wallace had to slow down, almost stop, as those cars slid sideways and spinning in front of him. Harry, let's see. Let's see, car number 86, the Clabber Girl car, 96 it is.
96 of Stevie Reeves. His car still sits up
Harry
there.
Grant is involved.
Doug Hebron is involved. 96 is involved, and that's, he is making his way around turn 4, and that's what's left of the Clabber Girl baking powder car. Stevie Reeves, nearby Speedway, Indiana. His Chevrolet has been short considerably. Heavy impact. 4 or 5 cars involved up there. A couple still sitting. Harry Gant's car sits on the inside of the racetrack. He was involved. And then the leader will make his way down pit road, that beautiful new pit entryway. Lex Dudas and the staff here at Indianapolis Raceway Park sparing no expense and build a beautiful pit road as you get a shot from the Family Channel blimp. 35 miles an hour they peel down.
Well, Kenny Wallace has made a pit stop. Let's go to the pits of John Kernan.
Ned, it'll be right side tires only for Kenny Wallace. He's also complained about the car being loose in the turns, as we also see Chad Little and Bobby Donner on pit road. David Green stayed out. They didn't make an adjustment on the spoiler or a chassis adjustment, so they've tried to make an air pressure adjustment with the tires to hope to tighten that car up. Oh, and Bobby Donner leaves the pits, guys, and he's got a ratchet stuck in the right rear. That's going to cost him some positions. He'll have to come back in.
And there's a look at David Green electing not to pit here on the fourth caution flag of the night. We mentioned they limit the number of tires you're going to have tonight, Ed, to one set of left sides and 2 sets of right sides.
Tire management is very, very critical. Here's a replay of what happened. Doug Heveron trying to get on the inside of Stevie Reeves. They get together, and around goes Reeves. Heveron turns sideways. Harry Gant comes in there. There's Randall LaJoy coming in there, and you see that Kenny Wallace had committed himself high going into the turn. He couldn't get slowed down quick enough, but David Green and Tracy Leslie were able to go by on the inside.
How in the world? Take a look at the right side of your screen. Kenny Wallace right in the back of the car number 82 of Jimmy Kitchens. He hangs left, just misses Heveron's car, and is able to somehow, here comes Hermie Sadler through. Incredible. Let's check in with Gary Lee.
You can see that the rear of the 96 Clabber Girl car of Stevie Reeves has been shortened by about 2.5 feet. We're not sure how much substantial damage is done beyond cosmetic, but the driver stays in the cockpit. I looked at Stevie, I said, "Are you okay?" He said, "Yeah, I'm okay." He's had some great success on this racetrack in sprint cars and midgets and in the USAC manner. This time he's full-time this season with the Busch Grand National Series, and of course, this race may be over for him, but always optimistic. He stays in the cockpit as the crew surveys the damage.
Boy, look at the damage on the back of that Chevrolet. You wouldn't believe that was a Chevrolet Lumina a few minutes ago. Tough break for Stevie Reeves running here at the home racetrack from nearby Speedway, Indiana. Fourth caution flag tonight here for Busch Grand National Series competition. A 4-car crash out of turns 3 and 4 has brought the yellow once again. Back with more from Raceway Park after this.
There's one thing that a racing engine and a street engine have in common. You want them both to last.
Haviland Formula 3 from Texaco.
To build a race engine that holds up, you have to use the best of everything, and Haviland does that job.
No other leading motor oil offers more complete protection to help your car run better, last longer. Good enough for Robert Yates.
Well, how hard do you want me to push it today? Whatever it takes to win.
Haviland Formula 3. Why add just any motor oil? Add more life to your car.
This is the desert. And these are Chevy trucks. About the only thing growing out here is our reputation. Chevy trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road.
The electronic control module for ABS waits all its working life for moments like this. Anti-lock brake control, another little black box from Delco Electronics.
The Giants face the Astros at 8 Eastern, only on ESPN Sunday Night Baseball.
Beautiful night for racing here in central Indiana. Indianapolis Raceway Park playing host to the NASCAR Busch Series for the Kroger 200. Under caution for the 4th time, and that's what's left of Stevie Reeves' Clabber Girl Chevrolet. Take a listen as Stevie heard. Well, you should almost have those Batman, those ouch and pals and things over that kind of lick. And you see, that's Harry Gant's car that was sitting on the racetrack. He was collected in that melee in turns 3 and 4. There's Doug Heveron, the Charlie Henderson-owned Food Country USA car. He is on pit road for service, but Harry Gant, unfortunately, I think, has headed behind the wall, and John Kernan is there.
Yes, Jerry, unfortunately, Harry Gant has pulled the Manheim Auctions car behind the wall and has climbed out of the car. Harry is okay, and Harry, it happened in front of you, and I guess nowhere to go, huh?
Yeah, I know where to go. I spun around, and then I hit them, and I got hit, you know. The Manheim Auction Chevrolet was really running good. We were kind of trying to take it easy, and he radioed me that the leaders were getting close, so we took off, but I caught that next group, and, you know, they were sliding pretty bad, so I just couldn't get by them.
What about tomorrow? You're in the Brickyard with the provisional, right?
Yeah, I'll be starting the rear tomorrow. I hope it's a little better than it was tonight.
All right, Harry Gant still with a smile on his face, but he's finished for the evening.
Oh, it's hard to find someone with a better disposition than Harry Gant.
That's the truth. He's had some good bit of good luck over the years, but he's had a lot of tough luck too, but he always walked away with a smile. That's one of the things that made him so popular with fans.
When he has a bad day on Sunday, he goes home and builds a porch. On Monday, he's quite a carpenter. Certainly has built a lot of respect in the racing fraternity.
If he has frustration, he gets it out with a hammer.
There you go. Beats a few nails and occasionally a tree. We told you this accident was incredible. Now, but watch what the leaders do. The car number 8 and the car number 44 behind this incident with Hebron and Reeves.
Okay, here it starts with the 75 car of Hebron getting into the 96 car of Reeves. They slide around, and then the 20 car comes in there. Gant spins. The 82 car comes, and here's the number 8 car. He made a commitment to go high. Well, look at Davey Green. He comes down on the inside. Tracy Leslie comes down on the low side of the racetrack as well and slides right on by without any harm.
Now, that's the kind of year Kenny Wallace has had. He's led over 500 laps, and he has yet to win 3 second-place finishes, and this kid's got to get some luck sometime. And there he is. He pitted. He is now being shown in 10th position. Now, in NASCAR Busch Series racing, the lead cars will restart on the inside line.
Yes, and I don't know if that's a big advantage here or not, since they can't get good traction down there, Jerry, but David Green's out there sort of by himself right now, so that should work out okay as far as he's concerned. Now he finally has that lead. Let's see if he's able to pull away like we thought he could.
They rumble across the tread cam, coming to full speed.
Tracy Leslie really putting the pressure on David Green, almost got him beside of him coming off of turn 2. We said that Kenny Wallace, with his car being a little loose, might have been holding up several cars, and Tracy Leslie was certainly one of them. He knows his way around this racetrack, having won here last year. He wants to lead.
We mentioned we had seen some smoke from Leslie's car earlier in the evening where he had a fender bent in against it. We have not seen smoke in the last couple laps.
Well, and you know, we talked about that we're hoping for a caution. Well, they got the caution and he didn't come in, so apparently they were not too concerned about it. So he's still out there racing hard.
Tracy Leslie puts heavy pressure on David Green, our leader. Leslie, the defending champion. They shuffle it back in the pack, but the battle is up front.
And right behind them, Jason Keller got on the inside of Ricky Craven going into turn 3, but couldn't make the pass. Hermie Sadler is 3rd, Ricky Craven is 4th, and Jason Keller running a fine race here tonight, running into 5th position. The car number 74, Johnny Benson, had been up to 5th, but he's one of those drivers who made a pit stop during the caution.
There's Craven and Keller. Craven in the car number 2, Jason Keller in the car 57. His first ever start. At IRP, started back in 14th spot, now being shown in 5th position. Looking out the rear of Mike Garvey's car. A couple of damaged machines coming at you. That's the 20 car, the FINA sponsored machine of Randy LaJoy. Was involved in a couple of incidents. In fact, the first caution flag of the night. There they are from a high camera. Garvey the 0. LaJoy in the car number 20. Well, the driver who suffered the greatest amount of damage in the most recent caution flag has climbed out and now stands with our Gary Lee.
Stevie Reeves, you've had a lot of success on ESPN. This is not the way we're going to talk to you tonight. What happened?
That's too bad. We had to climb with Earl Meyer. Chevy going really good tonight. I got in there. The car was a little loose. Doug Hebron got down underneath me, and he just tapped me a little bit. It was just enough to get us turned around here. You know, it's too bad coming home. We were carrying the ESPN camera car, and we would like to bring it home to a good finish tonight, but we'll just have to come back another day.
Two-time USAC midget champion. This has been a real learning experience this season.
That it has. I'm going from a car with a lot of horsepower and no weight to a car that really weighs a lot and doesn't have as much horsepower as what I'm used to. But, you know, we're really working hard. Clever Girl came aboard this year and gave me a good opportunity to come do this. So we're not going to give up. We'll be back and be a contender.
Well, boy, there's some contending going on right here in this group of cars. 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. Kenny Wallace is right at the back of that pack. But Tommy Houston and Mike Wallace, now the car number 74 of Johnny Benson after making a pit stop trying to come back up through there. So is Chad Little in car number 23. Dennis Setzer in the car number 59. Those cars all made pit stops and trying to come back up through the pack. They have fresh tires on their cars. Chad Little made a pit stop as well.
Chad Little, who started back in a provisional spot. Remember the opening event at Daytona, he started 39, came all the way through the field to finish 3rd. He said, I hope to do that again tonight here at IRP. Big loser there, the car number 17 of Robbie Reiser, the Wisconsin short track ace, who was being shown in 7th spot, has been passed and lost about 5 positions the last 4 or 5 laps.
And Dennis Setzer got down on the inside trying to make some passes, and he lost a couple positions. The car number 38 went by Elton Sawyer. Here's the leader, and David Green has been able to put a little bit of distance between, I mean, that's not much, say a little bit, that's the most we've seen the leader have tonight on Tracy Leslie. A couple of car lengths is a big lead the way this thing's been going.
So we'll show you our top 6. David Green is our leader. Tracy Leslie runs in 2nd position, car number 72. There they are coming out of turn 2. Back in 3rd spot, we have a challenge. Hermie Sadler in the car number 25 gets a challenge from the 4th place car, Ricky Craven. The DuPont Chevrolet. A pair of Chevys going at it. Craven slips in a little bit. Sadler holds the spot. They are 3rd and 4th position as we approach the 90-lap mark of this 200-lap event tonight. Back in 5th spot, good run for Tommy Houston. Change it, Jason Keller. Jason Keller is now moved around, taking that spot away. Keller is 5th. Mike McLaughlin is 6th.
Mike Wallace now has moved up to 7th. And Tommy Houston 8th. And Larry Pearson is back out on the track, but many, many laps down.
As we approach the halfway point of the 13th annual NASCAR Kroger 200, it is David Green, our point leader, showing the way. Back with more exciting Busch Series competition after this.
Miles!
Hey, where's the picture?
There's no picture?
Did you see the picture come out? How can that be a Polaroid camera if there's no picture?
It doesn't look like a Polaroid camera.
It's not a Polaroid camera.
Presenting the Polaroid Captiva. It's sleek, it's stylish. Its pocket-sized pictures stay in a special compartment till you take them out, so you're free to shoot and shoot.
Maybe if you shake it.
Yeah, shake the camera. The Polaroid Captiva. The pictures stay in till you take them out.
You want to be champions? Then play like champions. You got to be relentless. You got to be clever. You've got speed. Use it.
One car company has won more races in the history of NASCAR.
Winning isn't everything. It's the only thing.
Genuine Chevrolet.
The decisive electronics that control this airbag are still alert and waiting for what might be around the next corner. Airbag control, another little black box from Delco Electronics.
Back high atop Indianapolis Raceway Park for the NASCAR Kroger 200. These aerial shots courtesy of the Family Channel blimp. This unique blimp is one of a select number of light ships in the nation, equipped with a special internal illumination system which allows the blimp to glow brightly from within. It certainly glows in the sky here of Indiana. Good battle here for 3rd spot. Ricky Craven trying everything he can to try to get a bite and get around the 3rd place car of Hermie Sadler. Sadler from South Hill, Virginia, the defending Rookie of the Year.
And And Craven chooses to go on the outside. They're following the car number 55 of Tim Feedwell. And well, I thought he was going to run right over our heads there, but going across the
Well, that's a great shot, that trench cam, isn't it? Back up front, there is the 44 car of David Green. Now, Tracy Leslie in the 70. We have horrendous impact. Robbie Reiser out of Wisconsin has tagged the wall a ton. That will bring out the 5th caution flag of the day. He had fallen, we mentioned a minute ago, back from 7th spot, back out of the top 10. In fact, he was being shown in 14th position. Ouch. He hit the wall a heavy lick. No other cars apparently involved as far as having stopped on the racetrack. His car just between turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, he had been passed by a number of cars. Don't know if he had a tire going down or the car just got loose or what the problem was, Jerry, but he, as you say, he did hit very hard.
And with the caution flag, the leaders now will make an effort to come on pit road. David Green leads Tracy Leslie down. Here's Hermie Sadler and Ricky Craven. The first 4 cars are on pit road, and we will see exactly what they will do. Remember the limitation on tires: 2 sets of rights, 1 set of left. Kenny Wallace, the early leader, is already pitted. Let's check in with John Kernan.
David Green in the first pit. They've got the right side tires all belched on. Also Ricky Craven right behind him, and Hermie Sadler. 4 tire changes. We're at the 1 lap away from the halfway point, so why not go for it? They could use some fresh rubber. Kenny Wallace beats them all out. He makes an air pressure adjustment only. Also, Elton Sawyer is coming down pit road. Left side's going on. Left side's also for Craven and Hermie Sadler. 4 tire changes is David Green wins the battle out. Apparently a problem on the right rear on Ricky Craven's car. He's finally away, as is Hermie Sadler, in some close contact with Tommy Houston.
And John, they were pushing a car down pit road in front of the Craven machine. Ricky Craven was there's the tire that apparently was being taken off the Slim Jim car. David Green was pitting right in front of Craven. And assuming the lead will be the 1993 ASA champion. He's a rookie on this series, though, Johnny Benson Jr.
He made a pit stop during the last caution, so he did not come in.
We told you we're under caution again. Take a look at this one and be prepared to wince. Robbie Reiser.
Robert Presley might have gotten in the back of him just a little bit going into the turn, and he does back into the outside wall. Then the car number 88.
Mike Skinner.
Mike Skinner hits him down on the back of the car, Jerry, so both ends of it gets it. And here is Mike Skinner in the pits now, trying to repair the damage that was done to his car.
Mike Skinner making his 6th Busch Series start. Best finish at 20th, and looks like he may not be able to improve much on that tonight with the heavy damage on the front of his car, his KFC Chevrolet. Tough break for Skinner. He was involved and really had nowhere to go as the Wisconsin driver, Reiser, was spinning down in turns 1 and 2. There's Reiser's car being pulled down across the racetrack. We'll be back with more from IRP after this.
You can compare the Suzuki RF to a lot of things. Another motorcycle isn't one of them.
I bought my car new in 1970. I drove a hockey team 190-mile round trip 3 times a week.
Haviland Formula 3 from Texaco.
I took good care of it. And when I reached 300,000, I thought, I've got to be a pretty good car.
No other leading motor oil offers more complete protection to help your car run better, last longer.
At 600,000, I thought, maybe it could be the Haviland.
Haviland Formula 3. Why add just any motor oil? Add more life to your car.
If you think this is a broad selection of tires, wait till you go to Pep Boys. Get $40 back on a set of 4 Michelin, Uniroyal, or Futura tires. $20 back on any 2. Come to Pep Boys and drive away happy.
Come on along and head for the mountains of Busch Beer. Head for the mountains, it's cold it's smooth, and it's waiting for you. Come on, head for the mountains of Bush Beer.
Well, the battery's good, and the starter's brand new, so I figure it's got to be the alternator, right? I go into the AutoZone, get a new one. Well, this guy says, well, let's check the old one first. No sense buying something you may not need. Well, turns out it's a voltage regulator. I tell you, I could have spent a lot of time swapping out parts till I got it right. But with AutoZone, piece of cake.
Back at Indianapolis Raceway Park, taking a look there with Phil Parsons' roof cam, and he is on the tail end of the lead lap, we are told. As lots of action yet to come your way. The NFL season. Kansas City Chiefs and the Minnesota Vikings go at it from the Tokyo Dome, live from Tokyo, Japan. Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Pacific. It's the NFL on ESPN, our preseason kickoff. Chiefs and Vikes coming your way from the Tokyo Dome. Tune in Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And we just showed you Johnny Benson was our leader.
Phil Parsons got himself a good jump there. He's hoping that there might be an early caution here and he can get right back in the thick of this thing by getting back in the lead lap. He started out in front of the leader, which he could do because he was in the lead lap. There are 17 cars that are on the lead lap, being led by Johnny Benson Jr. Chad Little is second. Robert Presley is third. In fourth place is Rodney Coles, and fifth is Dennis Setzer. In sixth place is car number 8 of Kenny Wallace.
There's Chad Little trying to make a move inside of Doug Hebron. Hebron, one of the cars involved in the incident just a few laps ago in turns 3 and 4.
Elton Sawyer's in 7th place. 8th is Bobby Daughter. 9th is David Green. In 10th place is Michael McLaughlin. Tracy Leslie, 11th. Mike Wallace is 12th. Jason Keller is 13th. 14th is Ricky Craven. 15th, Tommy Houston. And the 25 car of Hermie Sadler was 16th. And Phil Parsons at number 64 is in 17th position. He is in the lead lap, about 5 car lengths out in front of the lead car.
Robbie Benson, car number 74, Staff America Chevrolet. He is the leader. That is Phil Parsons on the left of your screen. There is Benson's car number 74. We mentioned Phil Parsons, the final car on the lead lap, and I'm sure Phil is hoping and praying for a caution flag because he is doing everything he can to keep the margin between himself and Johnny Benson Jr.
Well, these front cars are singled out a little bit, Jerry, but there's a lot of action going on back behind. Some of those cars have made pit stops that have 4 fresh tires. They're wanting to get back up through the pack, but it's not so easy to do. Here we see some of that action. There's David Green and Tracy Leslie down on the inside of McLaughlin in the car number 34. There's Mike Wallace in the car number 9 right behind them. So they are really dicing it up back there. McLaughlin on the high side.
Pardon me, Dan, that's about 10th or 11th position back there where David Green is trying to move through. Green now has the advantage on the inside. He was our pole sitter, and he is the point leader.
Well, I'll tell you, when you put 4 new tires on the car, you'd like to be out on the racetrack where you can run your own groove and not scrub too much of that newness off. They're wearing that newness off in a hurry the way they're doing now. It's not going to be much of an advantage for them. Normally, the new tires will run better than tires after they've worn a little bit or heated up a little bit, and they're certainly getting them heated up very quickly with that side-by-side racing, but they got to do it.
Bobby Donner, one of the cars still on the lead lap in the 08, the DeWalt car, that bright yellow and white numeral car. He's still being shown in the top 15.
There's Jason Keller at the back of that pack in the white car number 57. Rodney Combs being passed. He's in the yellow car on the outside, number 43, the Richard Petty car. Mike Wallace goes by him. There, Mike McLaughlin goes by Bobby Daughter.
Shot from our Family Channel blimp as they enter turn 3.
Car number 82 22 of Jimmy Kitchen has been out in the end. He's going back behind the wall once again. I believe his first start in Busch Grand National competition. He was involved in that big wreck a little while back. It was just a bit more circumstances. As we see this side-by-side battle, Jason Keller, Michael Plum. Ooh, Rodney Combs gets bumped from behind and gets loose. Hangs on to it. Cost him about 3 positions.
Holmes gets a little bit of a bumper tag.
Got another one right there from Ricky Craven.
McLaughlin, and Craven gives him a little bit of a shot. Now, whose turn is it to hit Rodney now? Here comes Herbie.
Herbie Sadler's up there. Herbie's got Tommy Houston battling with him.
Herbie says, nah, I'm not going to. Nah, I might tap you. Herbie is stout.
Yep, he passed it clean, no problem there. Tommy Houston's going to go on by, so Rodney Combs will just fall to the back of that pack and ride along there and let them do the beating and banging up in front of him. By the way, Johnny Benson has gotten by Phil Parsons and has put Phil a lap down now. Phil made a gallant effort out there and ran out there for a while, but just couldn't get the caution that he needed. So he has gone that lap down, still running in 17th position.
That's Phil Parsons' roof cam, and that is Johnny Benson, the leader, right in front of him. Take a look at our AutoZone race summary. Our leader is Johnny Benson, has led 12 of 112 laps. The average speed, a little over 76.5 miles per hour. There have been 5 cautions for 29 laps. There are still 17 cars on the lead lap. Our leaders have been Kenny Wallace with the lead from lap 1. David Green came back after that pit stop by Wallace, and now Johnny Benson has assumed the front spot after David Green's pit stop under caution.
And Johnny Benson has pulled away about a half a straightaway from the other leaders, and those in the lead lap have gone down to 16 now that he has put the lap on the car number 64 on Phil Parsons. Chad Little still running second, but he's back behind a couple of lap cars. There are 3 cars, actually 4 cars, between he and the leader.
And a battle for 4th spot as Tracy Leslie goes underneath. Dennis Setzer takes a spot away, and Kenny Wallace will also try to take the spot away. Shuffle Setzer back to 4th, 5th, 6th, and here's Mike Wallace as they double-team Setzer.
Now, Setzer did not make a pit stop during this last caution. He made a pit stop during the other caution. He still has 4 new tires left that he can use late in the race. And Ricky Pearson, the crew chief on his car, is a master at managing tires, and that's very important on these tracks. There you see that smoke again from Tracy Leslie's car, but he just motors right on by.
Great racing action, NASCAR style Busch Series competition. Glad to have you with us. John Kernan, Gary Lee, Ned Jarrett, here's truly Jerry Hunt bringing you live Busch Series competition from Indianapolis Raceway Park. Let's check in with Gary Lee. Gary?
Well, Steve Bird is the crew chief on Johnny Benson, and they call you Birdie, your nickname. You may be in the catbird seat right now because you made your pit stop at lap 70. You say you're set to go the distance.
Well, the base motorsport car's running good here. We pit a little early here with Kenny here, and thinking we could go along. There's a few cars running pretty good, but we just hang on and see what happens. But it's good to be on the Gary Lee show. I'd like to say hi to my wife and kids at home.
After what you said, you can say anything you want to. Have a good ride.
Thank you, man.
The Gary Lee Show. All right. Checks in the mail, Bertie. And it was a bit of brotherly shove a minute ago as Mike and Kenny Wallace were going at it, and now it looks like Kenny has his hands full once again. Kenny says, who is this guy? Yeah, he's pinching it down a little bit, and it looks like we might see a little bit of action between these two as David Green, the Slim Jim Chevrolet, moves up on Kenny Wallace. And we'll watch this battle on the racetrack as we go to take a quick break and come back with more live racing action from Indianapolis Raceway Park. Don't dare go away.
At AutoZone, most of our customers are the kind of people who like to work on their cars themselves. That way they save money, and they know the work's done right. Of course, when they come to AutoZone, they know they're going to find the right part for the right price. But sometimes, what they're looking for is just a little advice. And that's okay, because we don't put a price tag on it. You see, at AutoZone, we take pride in taking care of our customers, and we've learned that when you treat folks right, they keep coming back.
It's not advanced technology. It's who's behind it. It's not the ball. It's how it's delivered. It's not just the phone. It's the people who make it ring. It's the people who are always there for you. It's the people at GTE MobileNet. More than cellular phones, cellular service. Please let us know how we can serve you.
Hi, I'm Ed Child, and I've got a theory that food tastes better at the beach. We're proving it every day at the Beach House.
For someone like me who grew up wanting to be a baseball player, I mean, I grew up, I wanted to be Mickey Mantle. Maybe I'm uncomfortable saying that I'm a role model. There should be some kids on that field. They're not there anymore.
The award-winning series Outside the Lines looks inside the game of baseball, Monday at 7:30, only on ESPN.
Back in Indianapolis Raceway Park, Johnny Benson Jr. still holding the line up front. That's Kevin LePage behind him. He's one of the lap cars having an early pit stop for a problem. Benson is the car number 74. Now here's Tracy Leslie, who's coming in a hurry, the car number 72. And there's Mike Wallace back in third spot, the car number 9 you saw there. Mike Wallace and Leslie both coming toward the front in a hurry. There's Leslie's 72 car and the Mary Owen-owned FTP brake machine of Mike Wallace. And here's a battle for 5th position.
They've been going at it for all night, it seems, Jerry. It was for the lead when we saw them before, but now it's for 5th position, and they're battling just as hard or maybe harder. I think David Green actually touched him just a little bit, not enough to get him out of shape, but he has had that fender up underneath him. Didn't quite get the traction again going into turn 1. He got it beside it a while ago, thought he's going to make the pass. There he is again, can't do it. Look at the traction. Wallace gets on the outside. David Green has to sink back in behind him there one more time.
And you mentioned what a clean driver David Green. He's had a chance to drop kick him a couple of times that even a World Cup player would be proud of, but he has not done it. He's backed off and given Kenny Wallace the line.
He certainly has. It's great to see them racing this close, this hard, and yet there's no major contact yet. Looks like Wallace's car getting a little bit loose again coming off the turns. He had that problem earlier. Green has on 4 pressure tires. Wallace came in during that last pit stop, made an adjustment on the air pressure in his tires is all that he did, saving 4 tires for later on in the race. Now he might have a run on it. Let's see if he can do it. Can he get the traction this time? Oh, they might touch just a little bit. Now he gets it going into turn 3 finally. Boy, did he work for that position. Don't know how much the difference, if the race ended right now, how much difference it paid, but he certainly earned every penny of it.
Indeed he did. And you mentioned there's the car number 9 who has made the pass for second place. That is Mike Wallace, who is Kenny's older brother and the younger brother, of course, of Rusty Wallace. Mike Wallace being shown in second position. He is chasing Johnny Benson Jr.
And Mike already has 2 victories this year in Busch competition. One of only a few drivers that's been able to repeat.
And here's a young man who's looking for his first ever Busch Series win, a rookie competitor. What a great rookie race we've got. We mentioned Dennis Setzer had already won twice. This young man is trying to get his first victory. As you ride along with Bill Parsons making a move inside of Bobby Donner. Back with more from IRP in a moment.
How much is this moment worth? $100? $1,000? The moments of your life are priceless. Are you saving them on the right film? Kodak Gold. No other film gives you truer, more consistent color, picture after picture.
Every time the driving conditions change, the threats to your car's engine change. That's why Quaker State has engineered intelligent oil oil that senses those changing threats and adapts its own molecular structure to protect your engine, whatever the conditions. So, if the temperature changes, so does Quaker State. If the traffic congestion changes, so does Quaker State, the intelligent oil for longer engine life.
To perfect the all-new 1995 Monte Carlo, we spent countless hours adjusting the audio controls. You see, Monte Carlo was designed from the inside out to be your own personal space, so every interior detail had to be in harmony. Paying attention to something as small as the texture of a control is what makes Monte Carlo seem more like, say, a $40,000 car than one that costs half that much. Which also makes the new Monte Carlo a genuine Chevrolet.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
Sports Center now at new times, 6:30 and 11 p.m. weekdays.
Track Facts are brought to you by Quaker State, the intelligent oil for longer engine life. This amazing shot of the Busch Grand National cars at IRP is the result of this little gray box, making it our first ever real track fact. ESPN Speed World staff, along with onboard video, came up with the idea, and with the help of IRP, a camera was placed into the asphalt coming into Turn 1. It was tested with the USAC midgets and gave an incredible view of the cars coming into Turn 1. The uniqueness comes from the construction that allows cars to run right over the camera without any destruction to the unit. The Tread Cam, as it has been named, debuted on Saturday Night Thunder on June 20th, 1991, right here on ESPN, and has been giving a great perspective of all kinds of different racing ever since.
And that is a tremendous shot. That's a live shot from the Tread Cam. Now in Turn 1 as the Busch cars come right at it.
And look here, Jerry. Mike Wallace has caught Johnny Benson Jr. and is putting the pressure on for the lead. Wallace has really been mowing them down, coming up through there, passing everything that he has caught. Let's see if he can pass the leader. He's caught him, but catching him and passing him, two different things.
And remember, Mike Wallace started shotgun on the field, even though he had the car qualified 5th by Ed Barrier.
And he went shotgun again when he was black flagged, had to come in for a consultation from the NASCAR officials for jumping the restart, and so he has come from the back twice.
That is strength on a track that's been a little bit slippery. We commented it might be a one-groove racetrack. I don't think so. We're seeing a lot of passing and a lot of action.
Wallace really got loose there coming off the turn. Let's go to the pits of John Kernan. We'll get back to John in a moment there as Mike Wallace now tries to regain after making that slip there a moment ago, Jerry. He lost a couple of car lengths on that.
He moved back a little bit. Let's check in now once again in the pits with John Kernan. John?
Hello. Testing. Oh, this is on now. Okay. Now, I was talking with Mike Wallace. You know, he failed to qualify for the Brickyard. He told me he just simply overdrove the car, and if you were watching our coverage this afternoon, you know what he means by that. He said he messed up. He's got something to prove tonight. Well, then his wife, Carla, pulled me alongside and he said, Mike's got the 2 wins this year. She said, guess when they came? The first weekend of June, the first weekend of July. This is the first weekend of August. His wife, Carla, says that means Mike will win tonight.
Well, it makes sense anyway, right, Ned?
Yeah, it sounds okay to me. I mean,
you talk about a disappointed young man. When I spoke to him at the Brickyard today, he did a heck of a job just saving the race car.
Yeah, he drove it into Turn 1 very hard, and it almost got away from him. He did a great job in saving the race car, but it cost him a spot. Although he told me down in the pits here tonight that it would have been questionable whether he would have made the field or not. It took such a good speed. A.J. Foyt was the last one, the 40th car, to get in the field, and he ran over 168 miles an hour.
And here just a moment ago is where Mike Wallace nearly loses the car at IRP after having a rough afternoon at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, but just like he did at Indianapolis, he gathered it back in and hangs on from 32nd to 2nd position with 50 laps to go. That's the front 2 cars. Johnny Benson Jr., a rookie driver. We told you how competitive this Busch Series was at the top of the show. He leads the way. Let's find our third-place car. David Green, there he comes through. We're going to show you a great battle back for ninth position. That's Tommy Houston. There's Kenny Wallace, Elton Sawyer, Mike McLaughlin, and Tommy Houston in the car number 6, the Red Devil Enamel Sport Thunderbird.
Chad Little leading that pack of cars. Oh, we have 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th.
That's 5th through 9th on the screen there with Chad Little, the left of your screen, and the Bear Select Ford. Car owned by Greg Pollux and Mark Rippon, former Washington Redskins quarterback, now with the Cleveland Browns. Owns that car number 23. Chad Little is driving. Behind him is Kenny Wallace. Here's a pass, or an attempt of a pass. Tommy Houston in the car number 6, trying to get beneath the Fiddle Faddle Chevrolet of Mike McLaughlin.
Tommy was honored here tonight by the Speedway for being the only driver, as you mentioned at the top of the show, to have run in every NASCAR Busch Series event since they started running those back in 1982 here.
Back up front, here is Mike Wallace, starting to inch ever so close to Johnny Benson Jr. Laps winding down.
Jerry, he made that run on him, got up to him very quickly, and I think that he thought, well, I can just go up there and pass him like I passed everybody else that I called. Then he made that slip coming off of turn 4, heated his tires up a little bit, so he wasn't able to get the traction he'd gotten earlier. As we see Tommy Houston still trying to get around Mike McLaughlin, but he can't do it. Gets a little bit loose himself there, gets her back under control, but Mike Wallace had to back off, regroup, reset himself there, and so he's still working on Johnny Benson Jr. as Tommy Houston's still working on Mike McLaughlin. Now he's dropped back a car length or so.
1983 winner here, Tommy Houston, 49 years of age, 369 Busch Series starts. We mentioned that he's run all 13 of these events tonight. Here again is what Tommy Houston had to do a moment ago, including catching his breath.
Yeah, he really did a good job of saving that car, too. Jerry, it almost got completely away from him as they go around Chad Chapin in car number 16.
There's Johnny Benson Jr. Mike Wallace only starred at IRP a year ago. He finished 6th here. This is Benson's 24th career start. He could become the second rookie winner in 1994.
He has the talent to do it, Jerry. Has a good race car now, too. Things just haven't fallen his way so far this year, but it's bound to come. There, Mike Wallace gets a little loose once again. But Johnny Benson doing a good job of holding his line on the racetrack and keeping the lead.
Laps to go, 160 laps complete. The NASCAR Kroger 200 live action coming your way from beautiful Indianapolis Raceway Park. We're in Claremont, Indiana, about 8 miles from Indianapolis Motor Speedway, where they'll run a certain event tomorrow. 400 miles over there. Back with more Busch Series action in just a moment.
Every time the driving conditions change, the threats to your car's engine change. That's why Quaker State has engineered intelligent oil that senses those changing threats and adapts its own molecular structure to protect your engine, whatever the conditions. So, if the temperature changes, so does Quaker State. If the traffic congestion changes, so does Quaker State, the intelligent oil for longer engine life.
If you settle for a remanufactured engine without a brand name, be sure you've got a pair of name brand shoes. AC Delco Engines, the national brand name with the nationwide warranty. Call for a location near you. Of course, if you come in on foot, we'll understand.
Yeah,
You've seen it all. Done it all. Pretty much got it all figured out. But have you got what it takes to be a mountain man? All it takes are the 2 cool beers of the Mountain Man. Smooth bush beer, easy drinking bush light. So, be a mountain man. All you gotta do is head for the mountains.
If you think this is a broad selection of tires, wait till you go to Pep Boys. Get $40 back on a set of 4 Michelin, Uniroyal, or Futura tires. $20 back on any 2. Come to Pep Boys and drive away happy.
If you're looking for a reliable place to service your car or truck, I've got great news for you.
Now at Pep Boys, get up to a $20 rebate on our premium brake service, up to $40 on our super brake service.
Come to Pep Boys and drive away happy.
Back at Indianapolis Raceway Park, laps winding down, approaching the 30 lap to go mark. 168 in the books this time by, 32 remain. Johnny Benson Jr., the 1993 ASA National Champion, but a rookie in Busch Series competition, trying to hold off a 2-time winner here in 1994. Mike Wallace in the car number 9 to get his first Busch victory.
And Jerry, it isn't going to be long until they're going to have someone else joining that battle up there. You see David Green has come into the picture in the Slim Jim Chevrolet. He has been catching them at the rate of about 1/3 of a second a lap. And he is going to be right there with them in about 4 or 5 laps.
Benson, then Mike Wallace. You said then there's David Green coming along. Might mention back in 4th position is Tracy Leslie.
And he's a full straightaway behind the leaders. And Mike Wallace gets loose again coming off of turn 4. He is fighting that thing for everything he has. He looks up in his rearview mirror and he sees David Green coming. He says, I got to get around this car of Johnny Benson if I possibly can and see if I can hold off David Green because he knows he's coming in a hurry.
Mike Wallace looks like he's swatting flies, and they're hanging on that steering wheel, jerking it left and right with a loose race car and a little bit of a slippery racetrack here after almost 170 laps are complete. But he's trying to hang on, as is Johnny Benson. And now David Green, the point leader and tonight's pole sitter, has caught the front twosome.
And they're coming up on some traffic here. There are 5 cars in front of them there that they'll catch in the next couple of laps. That could be interesting. Now Benson has opened up a couple of car lengths lead over Mike Wallace. And there's that traffic that we talked about. We caught him very quickly.
Chad Chapin in the car number 16 right in front of Johnny Benson.
And he pulls down to the inside and slows down, lets them go by. Oh, there's trouble here off of turn 4, and that's right in front of the leaders. They're coming off of turn 4. A lot of smoke there.
Looks like Elton Sawyer's cars. They weave down to the inside, and they do get the caution flag out. It'll be the 6th time tonight that we have caution. As it is, the Ford Credit leasing machine of Elton Sawyer.
Well, Elton was one of those drivers running. In fact, he was being shown in 6th position. We'll see if we can see what happened. And it looks like he got tapped maybe a little bit there as Phil Parsons was down on the inside of him. And they got together just a little bit and into the wall. Elton Sawyer goes and his car sits there. Well, let's see. The leaders are staying out there.
Well, we'll be about 26 laps to go. Pardon me, about 26 laps to go. As the leaders will stay on the racetrack, we will take a quick break so we can come back and try to watch the final laps here of green flag racing action from Indianapolis Raceway Park. Under caution for the 6th time tonight due to an incident out of turn 4 involving Virginia driver Elton Sawyer. Back in a moment. Stay with us.
Every time the driving conditions change, the threats to your car's engine change. That's why Quaker State has engineered intelligent oil that senses those changing threats and adapts its own molecular structure to protect your engine, whatever the conditions. So, if the temperature changes, so does Quaker State. If the traffic congestion changes, so does Quaker State, the intelligent oil for longer engine life.
America is still the land of rugged individualists.
Like a rock, I was strong as I could be. Like a rock, nothing ever got to me.
And every one of them demands something different from their Chevy truck. But they all want the same thing.
Like a rock,
The most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road.
like a rock.
Your season ticket to the best college football action is ESPN ABC College Football Pay-Per-View. This fall, in addition to the games on ESPN and your local ABC station, get extra games on pay-per-view. 12 weeks of blockbuster matchups from the nation's top teams and conferences that you won't see anywhere else in your region. Your season ticket to the best gridiron action, ESPN ABC College Football Pay-Per-View. Act now and order at the lowest price of the season.
How much is this moment worth? $100? $1,000? The moments of your life are priceless. Are you saving them on the right film? Kodak Gold. No other film gives you truer, more consistent color, picture after picture.
Back at Indianapolis Raceway Park, Johnny Benson still being shown as our leader under caution for the sixth time tonight. Mike Wallace, David Green, Tommy Houston, and Mike McLaughlin in the top 5. There's the car number 8 that came on pit road, as did Dennis Setzer and Tracy Leslie, but he is now being penalized. We're talking about the car number 8, Kenny Wallace, for apparently excessive speed on pit road, and he'll be placed at the end of the longest line on the restart, and that is a major disadvantage.
Yes, it is. That's going to hurt him, Jerry. Let's take a look at what happened here. I made a mistake. I said Phil Parsons got on the inside and got against the car of Elton Sawyer. It was Mike McLaughlin. They were fighting for position. It's car 34, not 64, that got into him. And into the wall, Elton Sawyer goes, and Gary Lee is standing by with him.
Well, Elton, you got the short end of the deal in a heavy traffic jam out there.
Well, Gary, it's just unfortunate. You know, we had a really good race car, a bunch of cars there racing hard, and we came up on the 55 car to lap him, and he must have checked up, and we all went to the bottom, and Mike and I touched, and I guess it's just one of those racing deals. Unfortunate for our car, you know, it's tore up, and we had a good top 10 car. We were a little loose, but other than that, you know, we raced hard all night. I don't know what else to say. We got wrecked, I guess.
How are the track conditions right now? Pretty good?
Oh, they're not bad. You know, it's a great racetrack. You know, we just have to run up real high against the wall. So there's a lot of racetrack at the bottom, and that invites some people to go down there, which you really shouldn't.
We continue under yellow, but the leaders stay out, so we're up for a real shootout over the last 23 laps in the 13th annual Kroger 200 from Raceway Park.
Seems like everyone's shopping for a car these days. Hi, I'm Jim Gettle, Gettle Toyota, and we've eliminated the anxiety associated with buying a car, truck, or van. Our vehicles are clearly tagged with our low discount, no-hassle price. You know exactly what the price is before you talk to one of our product consultants. We're not afraid to post our prices. They're right there for you to see. Our way of doing business has earned us Toyota's President's Award every year, a sign that our customers like the way we do business. Gettle Toyota, 1621 Cortez Road West, Bradenton.
Buick Value Days are ending soon. You'll either be driving the best or wishing you were. Celebrate American values and save on LeSabre. Buy it fully equipped for under $20,000. Century full power, including airbag and anti-lock brakes, priced under $15,000. Regal, one very hot car. Buick Value Days at your Florida Buick dealers now.
With an empty hockey arena. Roller Hockey International.
Monday at 7, the San Jose Rhinos play the Los Angeles Blades.
All the action. Hold the ice.
Back at Indianapolis Raceway Park, laps winding down. Exciting racing action tonight here in Busch Series competition, but last night, the USAC Silver Crown Series here, and boy, you're going to be able to see a whale of a show coming up Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. We were here last night for our live coverage, but the rain prevented the race from starting early on. The race was eventually run P.J. Jones coming in from IndyCar testing on the front row, and what a show that was. Incredible. And apparently we are now being told they are not going to put the car number 8 back at the end of the longest line. They just gave him a little bit of a warning. Didn't really ticket him for speeding, so he is back up there where he belongs with the leaders. Green flag, lap 180, 20 to go.
Some real scrambling around back in the pack, and even up front here is Robert Presley out in front there. Robert had made a green flag pit stop. He was one of the cars running in the lead lap, but he made a green flag pit stop a while back. But now the leader's running side by side. Mike Wallace trying to take the lead on the outside, and he's got it.
Mike Wallace takes the lead in rather gallant fashion down in turn 1, and he is showing the way. In front of him, 1 lap down, is Robert Presley. Behind Mike Wallace, the car number 74, Johnny Vincent Jr.
Now those cars that came in and have fresh rubber, Jerry, should be able to run faster, but they're back in the pack. Those cars up front chose not to pit for the track position. They knew it was going to be tough to pass. With less than 20 laps to go, they decided to stay out there and put up with that slipping and sliding.
13 cars in the lead lap, and caution being shown once again to the field. Yellow flag being waved here by Carl Simmons, our flagman. Apparently some debris on the racetrack. There's not a car spinning anywhere, but that is certainly a break for Robert Presley, who's in the car number 99, who was just in front of that lead group.
He was 2 laps down, Jerry, so he does get one of those back, so that'll help him in that respect. He had gone a lap down before he made his green flag pit stop and lost a lap in the pit, so he was 2 laps down. He'll be 1 lap down now.
So Presley able to get one of those laps back. And here a moment ago, watch Mike Wallace on the outside make this pass.
And they touch as they come down going into turn 1, but Johnny Benson backs off and Mike Wallace takes the lead.
1 to go. Green next time by. Let's check in with John Kernan. John?
Well, with Barry Owen, who owns Mike Wallace's car, he just told me that with his caution come out, things look a little bit better than they did a few laps ago. Has he cooled the tires? Is he able to make a run? Is he going to be able to stay out front?
I think he just held his breath that time and went to the outside.
What about the car? How is it now?
Well, we went from last to first, and it's still pretty good.
You guys are pretty confident, aren't you?
Why not?
Jerry? That's not bad at all. Why not? The way you're running it, nothing to lose. I mean, Mike Wallace, a 2-time winner already this year in Busch competition, winning at Milwaukee and at Dover, Delaware on the tough Monster Mile.
And his mother, Judy, says that he's the most aggressive of the 3 Wallace brothers. I think I'll buy that.
I think so. I wonder what Rusty has to say, sitting back in his hotel room. And we'll see how aggressive he can be here in these last 15 laps.
Well, he's down on the inside. And here's Kenny Wallace down on the inside. That's not the place to be. He can't get a bite. There's Tracy Leslie coming up on the outside of Kenny Wallace. As things get a little tight here with 15 laps to go, 14 to go now.
Johnny Benson moving right back in on the rear bumper of Mike Wallace. Remember, Wallace followed Benson for lap after lap after lap and tried to finally make the move by. Benson still very, very hungry, looking for that first Busch win.
And don't forget David Green. You know, he had caught them before that caution came out. He was bearing down on them. So he has a little something left. And Tommy Houston is right there with them as well. They better not mess up in front of him, or the veteran Houston will be right back on them. And Boy Benson now making the hard charge. He's hungry for his first victory.
Benson's tires 117 laps old. That's how long ago it's been that he pitted and put fresh rubber on, but he is making the best of it.
Well, unlike David Green, he's putting a little bit of sheet metal to it. He don't mind getting up there and touching, doing whatever he has to do to try to win.
David sitting there watching that battle in front of him, the front 2 cars between Mike Wallace and Johnny Benson. Tommy Houston, Mike McLaughlin rounding out the top 5. Wallace a little bit slippery out of turn 4, and here is David Green as he watches Benson, and I think I'll give Johnny Benson a little bit to worry about here.
Yeah, they not only have to drive offensively, they got to drive defensively here.
It'll be 10 laps to go this time by. Lap 190 up in the books. Carl Simmons will hold up the 2 full handfuls. 10 to go.
Boy, it was some kind of an exciting finish at Hickory, North Carolina last Sunday when oh boy, they get together again coming off of turn 2. Benson's not going to back off. Well, he did just a little bit. He thought about going on in there wide open. It would have been a wreck if he had.
Boy, Mike Wallace didn't back off. Johnny Benson didn't back off. David Green didn't back off.
Here he goes. Down on the inside, he makes the pass. Johnny Benson has gotten back in front. They touch again. Here comes Wallace back up.
Do you wonder why the folks were jamming their way in here tonight? The line of traffic was as far as you could see to come watch this kind of racing, folks. Grand National Busch Series at its finest. Johnny Benson has taken the lead.
And Mike Wallace's car is not quite as good as it was a few laps ago, Jerry. I don't know what's happening there, but look, here's David Green trying to get on the inside. If they touch, as Tommy Houston came up and put a little bump on David Green, and Green got into the car number 9. It's holding them up right now. I don't know if he has a tire going down or what's happening to that car, but something is happening, and he's holding the whole pack up, and that gives Johnny Benson what he needs, and that is just to sail away from him.
That is indeed the break for Benson, and now Green is trying to get by Mike Wallace, but in Mike Wallace's defense, he's trying to hang on and finish second spot.
And here comes Chad Littleton. Remember, he has fresh tires. He put on 4 tires during that last caution. And here's Tommy Houston going by David Green up on the outside. Look at Houston riding the high rim. The Tommy Houston of old. He's back in it.
The 1983 champion here, Houston, who won it, moves on the outside of David Green. Flashing the brand new sponsors of Red Devil enamel, that red car for Houston, driving like he did back in the early 70s and 80s when he was the toughest thing on the short tracks of Western North Carolina.
And Johnny Benson loving every minute of what's going on behind him. And there's Leslie spinning out the car number 72 up into the wall. He was right in the thick of that battle. Let's see, is the caution coming out? He's going, no caution.
As yet, no caution flag, so we are still under green.
Johnny Benson don't want a caution. Houston finally has gotten up into 3rd place.
Tracy Leslie able to get his car righted. Here is the battle as Tommy Houston right behind Mike Wallace. Houston is 3rd.
And Johnny Benson is slowing. His car is definitely slowed down. Here comes the leaders. On the inside comes Wallace as they come down with just a few laps to go.
3 to go.
Had it made.
And Benson has cut a right for
caution is out.
Can you believe it? Caution comes out, and Johnny Benson has to be in tears in that race car. The young man, the rookie driver, driven his heart out as the caution comes out.
They're going to race back to the flag. Here they come. Mike Wallace will beat him back. This could be the race.
Caution flag, and as the safety car will pull out next time by, they will get the white flag under caution.
Oh, boy, you talk about disappointment. That's it.
There's the young man, the Staff America Chevrolet driver, Johnny Benson, out of Grand Rapids, Michigan, 31 years of age. Bill Bumgarner, the owner of that car. So impressed with this young man's performance in ASA a year ago, and you have to be impressed with what he has done here tonight. Let's go down to John Kerr.
Well, Carla, I tell you what, it looks like he's going to come back and win this just when you were hanging your head.
I told you earlier, you know what our little trivia was? The 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th, and he's done it. And every one of his races have finished under caution. So what a way to finish it. And it's the first race I've been here that he's won. And I'm thrilled to death.
Well, congratulations. He's got to make it around one more lap. Let's go down to Gary Lee.
Well, Johnny Benson was about to go to victory lane. He cut the tire, and Bertie, he's going to stay out there.
Well, yeah, we got to stay out. It's, man, you come so close, it's hard, but I'm real happy with this Base Motorsports team and everybody at home that helps. And you know, it's just going to take a while. We'll get there, though. Yeah, I'm proud of everybody. We showed them we had the best car tonight, and, you know, you get a flat tire with 2 to go, it hurt.
Well, also, that tire went like 170, 120-some laps. That was a used-up tire.
Yeah, it went a long ways, but Goodyear gave us a great tire here, you know, and he must have run over something, and, hey, we'll be back next week.
Back to you to call the finish of the race.
Well, Gary, 35-year-old Mike Wallace waves to the sellout crowd at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Pardon me, at Indianapolis Raceway Park. Hey, we got great racetracks all over the state of Indiana, and they have certainly gotten their money's worth tonight. Look at the celebration down there. Barry Owen, the car owner, Carla Wallace, Mike Wallace's wife, as Mike picks up his 3rd win of 1994 with an outstanding effort, but you got to feel for Johnny Benson Jr. Jubilation and disappointment in the final 3 laps. We'll have victory lane when we come back after this.
My buddy told me to buy him, that he put him in his vehicle and he got an increase in performance, and I tried it and it worked.
America is talking about Splitfire.
It's incredible, yeah. They really work good. I get better performance, better gas mileage.
Splitfire won a United States patent. It doesn't look like any other spark plug. It doesn't work like any other spark plug.
And I changed over to Splitfire because I get 5 more mile an hour out of my race bike.
But my truck I use every day, and that's where I see an increase in savings.
It's saved me a lot of money, and it's made my response time quicker in Firehouse.
Splitfire at $5.99. America knows it only costs more till you use it.
You do make your money, just saving on the gas.
And the difference in gas mileage has been fantastic.
It's like getting an engine option.
Splitfire. It only costs more till you use it.
It's more fun to drive a car now.
Here's another Splitfire breakthrough. Twin-core wire sets with a dual firing path to every plug. More power and more mileage or your money back.
Every time the driving conditions change, the threats to your car's engine change. That's why Quaker State has engineered intelligent oil. Oil that senses those changing threats and adapts its own molecular structure to protect your engine, whatever the conditions. So, if the temperature changes, so does Quaker State. If the traffic congestion changes, so does Quaker State, the intelligent oil for longer engine life.
Hard to tell. Could be any pickup. But how many compact pickups hold this much? Have a bed with 2-tier loading and a tailgate this easy to deal with. You could say it's the most intelligent pickup of its kind, except there doesn't appear to be another pickup of its kind. The Chevy S-Series, so new from the inside out. Everything else is history.
The average Grand Prix lasts but a few hours, unless it's a Grand Prix started with a genuine Delco Freedom battery. Delco's rated tops for taking the pole position in starting power and excelling in reserve capacity. Helps keep your engine in the race for a longer, more reliable life.
Call 1-800-AC-DELCO. It's like buying time.
Keep your car in the running for that extra lap with Delco batteries.
Tonight's Speed World coverage of the NASCAR Kroger 200 has been brought to you by Quaker State, the intelligent oil for longer engine life. By Chevrolet, one car company has won more races in the history of NASCAR, genuine Chevrolet. And by AC Delco Automotive Parts. AC Delco is like buying time. Added technical assistance provided by CarQuest Auto Parts. For your nearest CarQuest Auto Parts store, dial 1-800-492-PART. You'll be sure to find it at CarQuest. And our top 5 here in the Kroger 200. Of course, our winner, Mike Wallace. Tommy Houston finishing second. Mike McLaughlin was third. Dennis Setzer in fourth. And Chad Little is fifth. Let's go down to our Splitfire Winner Circle interview, and John Kernan is standing by.
With a very happy Mike Wallace. And Mike, you had to fight your way from the back twice tonight, and then Johnny got around you, but hey, if luck's on your side.
Well, I tell you what, I can't be any happier tonight. You know, we had a tough day over at Brickyard today. We didn't make the race over there, but we come back tonight, and this car was unbelievable. Ed Barrer, Ed, come here a second. I want to take my hat off to Ed Barrer. He's helped me 2 times now at Nazareth, and here tonight, you know, I didn't get a lap 1 in this car, and I guess he drives about the exact same way I did, and we come from the back, and we need to get Ed a sponsor or a ride if we can, guys. He's looking for a ride. But I just want to thank FDP Brakes, Duron Paints and Wall Coverings, and the whole entire Barry Owens crew, and all our associate sponsors and everything, Chevrolet and all those folks, you know. This is 3 wins for us this year. I mean, it's the first of every month, my wife informed me today. You know, we end up winning. We won. And I don't know, Mom and Dad's here. Dad's finally retired, so he don't have nothing to do in the morning. He can take it easy. I'm just thrilled to death. You know, I mean, Johnny Benson, I want to take my hat off to him. He run just a perfect race. And Johnny had a flat tire, I guess. And, you know, it's a shame because we had a good race going, and we just wanted to run good. And I'll tell you what, I had to be mirror driving that 44 car.
All right, thank you very much, Mike.
Okay.
And Mike Wallace, congratulations to Mike Wallace. Winning it, Tommy Houston in second, Mike McLaughlin third, Dennis Setzer fourth, and Chad Little in fifth. Great Busch Series racing once again. So long, everybody, from Indianapolis Raceway Park.